Welcome to A Fathered Home, a podcast from Faith and Flow, where heaven meets moms in the real world. I'm Marlies, and every week we spend just a few minutes together discovering practical, faith-filled encouragement to help you renew your mind, strengthen your heart, and walk a little closer with God. Let's dive right in. So the survival brain, also referred to as the lizard brain, is pretty much when it's your fight, flight, freeze, or fawn is the new one. That is people pleasing. Fight, flight, freeze is self-explanatory. And then fawn, actually they include it now as well. That is when you do people pleasing. When you are in survival, so we need this function. We need this function to, when there's danger, we need to be able to react very quickly. And that is the main problem with the lizard brain. It's much faster than your conscious mind. So even though your conscious mind might still be forming a thought, let's say a break-in, for example, that's an easy example to use. So someone breaks in and you react immediately, right? You can't think, we don't have time to think, even though we would prefer to. We don't have time to first think, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. Your lizard brain is going to take over, which means that all your previous programming, all the beliefs that are already lying in your subconscious mind is going to react just on that, and that's what you're going to see. So when you are living in survival mode, it is when you are in a permanent state of this fight, flight, freeze, and fawn reaction. That is when you are in survival mode. And unfortunately, in today's time and world that we are living in, it's really easy to go into survival mode and to just keep on reacting. So if you think about the olden days, the ancient days where people lived in caves, this was really helpful because if there was a lion, they needed to react really quickly and then they could run away and go to safety or kill the thing. That's your fighting response, right? Then go back to the cave and they are safe and they can breathe and they are calmed down. Unfortunately, in today's life, it doesn't work like that anymore. We have the one thing on top of the next thing, on top of the next thing, all piled up, all perceived as dangers, things that we should protect ourselves from. For example, a fight with a husband, a deadline, any kind of deadline. The moment that you have pressure put on you, you go into survival mode. And the problem with us today is that we don't take the time to just calm the nervous system again, and get out of survival mode. We just continue this way. So we will always be in a fight or flight or freeze or fawn kind of response. And if you think about two people fighting, that is exactly what happens. Your conscious mind cannot react fast enough to tell you, you know what, let me just breathe for a moment and not say anything that's going to hurt. Let's just get a different perspective on this. That is all conscious thoughts that we might prefer to think, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way because your lizard brain is so fast. And if you are already in survival mode, you are just going to react to whatever your biological tuning is. That can be fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You can have either one, you can have a combination of them. So if you, for example, have flight, which is my response, my default response, I'm going to go silent. I'm not going to fight back. I'm just going to retreat. And then I'm going to whir in my head. And then eventually I will just burst and tell you everything that I wanted to tell you and not still be in that survival mode kind of thing. So that's usually what happens when people fight, because so many people are living in survival mode, in this permanent state of survival. So someone says something and you immediately lash out, and then the other one is, also reacting according to the survival things, and he lashes out and she keeps lashing out, and that is how the fight starts. and usually not so great when you think about how does it end now. It usually ends with both people just really angry. So what we need to do is take time to calm our nervous system. It's all about your nervous system. The moment you can tell your brain, I am safe, I don't have to respond right now. My lizard brain does not need to be reacted right now or activated, that's the word. Then you will have a moment to, okay, let me just breathe before we start fighting again. Or when there's a deadline, it's so easy to go into survival mode because that is our brain's function and it's there to protect you. So love it for this function. It's not a broken brain. We are supposed to have this function. And it's just unfortunately so easy to go into survival mode. When you think about a deadline, you can either, and you really have to, when, let's say, your employer comes to you and tells you this has to happen now, the deadline is pushed forward or whatever, you will immediately go into fight, where you start lashing out at him and tell him that it's impossible, you can't do it, it's unfair, whatever the reaction. You might freeze, and just do nothing about it. You might fleeing, where you kind of ignore the whole situation and just retract into yourself. You might still do the work, but just, ignore whatever else is going on and flee from the emotions. And then the fawning is the people pleaser. Sure, I will do this quickly. I will do this for you right now, kind of thing. So we need to take a moment to really get back into our nervous system and just calm the nervous system, and do this daily, because like I'm saying, it's really easy to go into that survival mode, but then you need to be able to calm your nervous system again and not, be in this permanent state of survival mode. So to get your brain back to safety, where you can get the message to your brain, you are safe, you don't need to react, you can do breath work. Breath work is a very important thing, just breathing. Just take a moment and breathe. That's all you need. The other thing is if you release oxytocin. And this is, for example, a hug, physical, human. You can hug yourself as well. That actually does work as well. But human interaction is better, where you can just hug someone. And I'm promising you, as I'm sitting here hugging myself, I can actually feel calm. So it really does work when you just release oxytocin into your mind. It just gives you a moment to breathe as well. And then you can also come back to yourself by having a mindful moment. So that is where you typically just around you. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Right now in this moment, let's ground yourself. And you can do that with thankfulness as well, with gratefulness. I'm grateful for my lipstick, so I don't look too pale on the videos. I'm grateful for I have a little fan on my desk because it's really extremely hot in Pretoria right now. I'm grateful for the lighting. So just the things around me, what am I grateful for? Or what am I seeing, what am I hearing, and what am I smelling? All right, so that is just to ground you, get you back, and that will immediately calm your nervous system so that we don't keep on living in a permanent state of survival mode. This is very important. And even the children, guys, can go into survival mode, into a permanent state where they just react. They don't think, they just react. That is what your lizard brain does. It just reacts. If you think about a brother and sister fighting, sibling rivalry, they go into this just reacting, fighting. So it's very important for moms to go and say, when they start fighting, just stop. And when they want to talk back to you, but he did this, stop. No words. Take a breath. Let's just calm the nervous systems before we continue fighting. We can continue fighting now, but let's just calm the nervous system first. And then we can actually start thinking. That's the important thing. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. If this episode encouraged you and you'd like to continue your journey, you'll find faith-filled journals, Bible studies, guided resources, and more at the Faith and Flow shop. And if you're a mom rebuilding after divorce and would like personal support, I'd love to invite you to book a free clarity session with me. You'll find all the links down below in the show notes. Until next time, keep flowing with faith, and may your home always be fathered by His presence.